Good morning, folks. It's 9:55 a.m. on the 7th month, 14th day, 2025. I'm going to double check my settings here. Oh, it is a bit low. That should fix that. I gave you a timestamp already. I'm looking at here is a bit of a blast that very often comes from an X-ray station down here at an airport over here in, however you pronounce that, Vishakhapatnam. Tatman. I don't know, but you see how it's doing its typical beaming, and then also it's giving a pulse ring of energy that's out. It seems to be hovering above the top deck. It shoots beams up in a circle, and this has been going on for quite some hours now, actually, over a day and a half. This has been going on over here. And this is just like what's going on right this minute. And what it did is it's forcing stuff up and around in toward Bangladesh, in toward these mountains, and inland here. There's going to be a path of rain behind this. It's going to be very floodacious. Yeah, the accumulations over here that's going to be caused by this event. As you can see, the lesser totals around the area of influence of that EMF beam. Quick check if we're running. Yes, we are. Nice numbers to see there. But this rains here are going to still be fair heavy. What it has forced the flow that came from the South Peninsula and across here. It gets backed up a bit. And it's forced a heated outflow to cross down this direction here, which is going to flood this coastline quite well over the next, it's not even all 10 days. A lot of this is coming fair fast. And so I was looking over here what's going to back up here, because that goes there, usually always backs the western shores of these countries up in Siam. And the 14-day totals are devastating, absolutely devastating to go. You know, with geoengineering, we watch out for it. And we look for the beams first. And they're very active, a lot of these Siam radar stations that very often show when you put on like the 6-hour feed or something. And have a good look around, you'll see. They need the flow to go across here freely right now. So I wouldn't be expecting no circle pulses here. As you can see over here near Band 10, you see the spiking going on. Bzz, right, so we have to watch these things. And I watch the flows through these islands very carefully, because this controls what makes it to you, Australia, or whether it goes past. And right now, the heaviest areas of flooding is going to be the Philippines. Well, like this island over here is about to be buried in water, about a meter coming their way. Parts of Taiwan are about to get it from that big beam that went across the other day, yesterday, that I showed you guys in my video. And it did cause quakes. We had a 6 point something right about here, right there near where it happened. The epicenter was right here where my hand thing is on the radar. So I'm going to go over now some of the things. And well, right on schedule. We have the event going on here. They blurred out the radar feed so much that it's very difficult to even see accurate cloud imagery of what's going over Sedona right now. So I have to go to the infrared to do this. Hi, how you doing? Might have to refresh this. How refreshing. And this should show us what kind of heavier or different temperature clouds are. So this will be a higher top cloud than that down there, showing up at about negative 25, 36, depends where you look. Low deck. So we do have a lot of convection that's going to go on, so I'm expecting some fair winds through Port Lincoln, Port Victoria, and then we'll a total contamination, toxified air situation for you guys here, but I have a different screen for showing that where it's much clearer than that Windows logo here in the sky. Compliments of the guy that funds it, Windows as well as Geoengineered, funded by Bill Gates himself and the Melinda Gates Foundation. Aren't they such great inhumanitarians? Yeah, I know what I did there. So let me go over what this event's going to do here over the next few days, which is going to actually leave the particle animation and turn the pressure off. But that often it takes longer to load. It's not super duper low, but the smacker's coming in just predictably there. Hits a line of EMF and disperses its moisture out. But it's the dynamics of its cold that it's bringing in that's going to really cause some issues down here in the trough towards Tamworth, because they brought the cold in here, which is eventually going to put a pocket of cold air through the northern rivers back behind west of Brisbane, these type areas, and that trough feature, which is going to fuel some fair decent storms coming up. I'm not seeing no super floods coming for anybody, but what's coming on Wednesday for New Zealand bears watching. It bears watching out for. Yeah, so I'll go through some of your wind now of what you can expect. And Tassie, this is a bash. Whammos, right? As they let the flow through Cook Strait and work the stuff inland, it's going to form a low out here as it's hit this line of beam that came down. And its flow is actually going south, so it causes that to spin. And it's going to watch it drag on the Penis Insula up here. And coming right about here, 12 my time. Well, let's see if we can pause this. The gusts and some of the areas that you got coming on. It's this day here. It's going to be quite bad. I'll show you everything as it rolls. So this is the winds on this event here. This isn't gusts. This is sustained winds. It's the gusts that do the damage. I have to point that out. So I've got to keep both of you on the screen. And then I'll give you the cumulative wind total. And maybe I'll hint at you how to use it. A windy lies so much, you better watch the EMF or you're going to go, no, that don't make sense. You won't know when to say that. Yeah. I make wind noises now. Yeah, she's roaring, man. Well, I bet it's going to be dramatic down there at Piha Beach, and this wave's going to be crashing down there. What a noise it's going to make through the hills. Yeah, wind-wise gusts, I'll show you. I told you I have your bags. You know, I just don't happen to be in London at a concert like that. Some people think I deserve stuff. I don't think I deserve anything. It was nice. Would have been nice, and thank you for... Because if you just think you deserve stuff, you have expectations, right? I expect there to be some really gusty winds here, folks. 73. I think it's going to be higher. I think for you to see gusts over 100 kilometers an hour is well possible. Probably is likely. You know what I mean? As you get into some of these areas where this wind butts up against and through some of these valleys, the Venturi principles will start to take effect, and the release of the wind is going to cause some terrible gusts through here. So as you're going in through the afternoon and morning hours of Tuesday, excuse me. No, that's actually Wednesday your time. Yeah, I got that right. You're right there is going to be about the overnight hours, and during the rush hours and stuff in the morning, it's going to get worse. So if there's anything you need from the stores and stuff, go do it now. This is your one chance to get that done before I'm going to tell you, sit fucking tight. There's nothing you need as much as your life. All right? This is going to be a big wind event. I don't know if you've been warned or not by your mate service, but I doubt it, because they don't even think you deserve a radar image. What, do they only flick the switch once or twice an hour to take a picture of your sky, or is it on all the time? And if it's on all the time, we want to see what it's doing all the time, you know. If we don't keep our eyes on the skies, we have to trust the guys that lie. And when you trust the lies of the guys that lies, you deserve what the lies give you. A life full of lies. And so as you look at the wind accumulation common, as we get into next week, it's going to be horrendous. And I'll do that now. And yes, you guys got to get on here. All right, ready for this? Watch this. I'm going to do this in twos. Right, it's just showing what I just showed you. The biggest winds that are expected to be seen. That's what this is, this graph. It's what's expected. But man, when I go to the next half of the week, man, this is bad. Watch this on Arthur's Pass and stuff down here. Expect some big fuckery, folks. Big fuckery through here. Yeah. Heavy winds to be expected through here. As I said, you're going to have to watch yourselves. And I pretty much nailed it down to right about here. When you can expect the worst. And they're going to try to hide the graph to try to take so you lose your vehicles, maybe your life. Yeah, you never know. Yeah, you could lose your life in this when I'm looking at the possibilities of gust. Yeah, this is likely in these fjord areas. And I'm talking 135 plus kilometer an hour wind gusts. Yeah, you don't want to be part of that, do you? Nah, you don't. So we got to say no to geoengineering, especially when that pass. I'm right through here. The Hast Glacier. So you're not going to want to go out on a glacier, right? Remember cooking these places. These are going to get deadly, and we will not be doing that, will we? No, because when the cold wind blows, it doesn't give a shit what it throws, that's for sure. And well, it could throw you up as quick as throw you down. So, be prepared. Okay, let's be prepared. So again, I'm just going to go with the this. Now I'm going to put pressure on turn particle animation F, because that does take a good bit of data to load. Nice smooth screen, hey? Right, let's get back to Wednesday, where we were Tuesday afternoon. I have to do it in two, because I have to show Northern Rivers and all them all at once. Did he say Northern Rivers? Yes, he did. Geoengineering sucks. People projecting their behavior on me sucks. People that don't have sense of humor sucks. Narcissism sucks. Not getting sucked sucks. Sucking sucks. Mean people suck. Geoengineering sucks. And telling you this forecast damn sure sucks. Yes, and if you don't like it, well, you can just suck it. And you do. I'm full Tourette's this morning. Very frustrated with this, trying to get this job because they don't answer emails on the weekend. They ask me to do something, but yet they can send them. I'm very frustrated. So I've applied for 3 more positions this morning. So a really nice live-in chef position in London, man. I always have good concerts there for free, and if you cancel, it don't matter. I didn't get no refunds on nothing, man. And they took a double booking out. I'm very unhappy. I got me and big problems. You get big problems. There you go, Hawke's Bay. It looks like you're getting a bit of rain action and wind action coming on the overnight hours as well through Thursday. Yeah, that's bad. Yep. Watch yourselves, because your government ain't going to do it for you. You think the government going to save yourself from itself? Boy, you want to buy the Sydney Opera House? I got 3 deeds to it I sold this week to idiots. Yeah, all of them happen to be Q-tards. Yeah, Q-tards, please go. This guy says that EPA says chemtrails ain't real. Well, now it's a lie, another lie from this administration. He says suddenly Epstein ain't something we should be looking at. Get out of here. Hashtag expose the 28. Do that. If you don't know what that is, type that in. See what happens. And then when you're there, I want you to type in hashtag save the Brumbies. That's a type of horse. And maybe you'll get the feels of some of the stuff I have the feels about. How long term do I got to go with this? Well, can I do this? I don't have to do another forecast for a whole month. All right, I'm going to zoom back there and give you a whole month's weather, and then watch Higgins and them and the Fizzler. Yeah, I won't do that to you. Right, as we're getting into the 23rd, skull and bones type number, we see another land grab going on over here in this part of the world. Yeah, man, this isn't going to be pleasant to see. You're looking at about 5 centimeters. In some spots, going to say 7 and 8. But it's not a huge event. It's just, oh my God, something they can have on television to sell climate change that they already signed you up for. How would you like it if Bill Gates and them could tell you what to do and what you had to buy, and he owned the stuff you had to buy? And your government's fixing to do that by signing your autonomy over to the WHO. You better say no to the pandemic treaty. You guys got a lot of homework to do. That's my opinion on that. And if you don't like that, I think you're a scumbag for fucking telling everybody what to do. And we running still, answering as you ask. How am I doing? Come on. Is that a rhetorical question? You don't want to know. Everybody's not okay. I'm far from okay. I had my bank account looted on things today I didn't expect. I'm not happy. But my house smells really nice because I took some old chicken that was going to go off. We'll probably wish. I've just boiled the piss out of it with Italian seasoning, and my whole room smells like spaghetti sauce now. out of a steamer, rice steamer. Right, how you doing coming up at the end of the month? I have no idea how this one's going to go. The beams ain't in place, the moisture ain't in place, but all I know is, hey, look what they got planned you ain't been told about. Hi, welcome to your Sunday. Yeah, this is Sunday afternoon. Came on a Sunday afternoon. Yeah, you poontang, looking like a little bit of thunder and lightning. Very, very welcomed by the dry grass and the cattle and the trees and the fruit that you can make fruit salads with. You take pride in how you make a good fruit salad. And put that on a sign and march in one of those pride parades. You say, I make a good fruit salad. I'm proud of my kid. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud I didn't beat the shit out of anybody today for being an idiot. You know, do something prideful and write it down and go to a pride parade next time it's around and join them in showing what you're proud of. They're proud that they can dry hump, testicles can hang out and have fetishes. And while I'm very proud that I help stop bullying of people that have that view, right? I'm very proud of myself that I had the determination. See another big windy event coming for you guys. So your setup is the never-ending story of just unpleasant winter weather coming. And that's going to lead to some big totals too, which I'll nail down as we get toward it. Right. Hi, how you doing? Border area. The border. You bunch of border collies. Yawn. This is Yawnsville for rain, right? Hey, so these people along this area, it's a great time to go camping all the way through Thursday, and then you want to leave. Yeah, then you're going to want to leave. Yeah, it's because it's going to get fair wet in some of these areas. This total here is possible. Remember I told you the other day, Tweeds are going to get a little bit of a blessing of cleansing of beautiful, blessed water. Oh, well, that's the second event. That's this one on the 23rd. Right here, adding up. That's that one adding up with this one. So really, this event here is really only going to be about 6 or 7. And then it's just going to get wet. It ain't going to stop. And you're going to get a big-ass fucking storm, of which I'm not 100% sure yet, because I don't see the geoengineering, you know. I'm still like to see whether this is in your sky. How would you like to live there? You know what lives there? Whales, sea turtles. How dare us block their sunlight with toxic things that leave like a stop sign with a star in it? How dare we allow such our toxic waste to fall out and convince people it's a thing to do? How dare us? How dare us? How dare us? How dare to make excuses, say these chemtrails I see here in the sky are not real? Donald Trump, correct your EPA, because I fight geoengineering, and anybody that says that chemtrails ain't real, I'm not going to fight you. I've proven it already. And if you don't believe in it, it's going to kill you anyhow. This shit's going to kill me anyhow. It's going to kill them anyhow, but they have access to health stuff you do not. They have billions of dollars to buy somebody to make them a med bed that then they don't release it to the public. They could buy all the ionies up, not one of us get a lead. And if you have a feeling that project might end completely, it's very possible. I'm getting a job. We'll trying to get them on Amazon with a viable payment portal. Since somebody's trashing the name, saying I've never met the Clark and this and that behind my back. Nah. There are people that met him with me. I talked to him. I told him get about 3 of them on Amazon where you guys got to click and buy. Hey, look, you got the face of your ancestor been drawing the sky over here with chem bombs. Yeah, that's really blessing the land. Yeah, that's it. Or is that a new smoke ceremony? And who got the $4,500 to light that fire? What a fucking bunch of scam. What a bunch of dollar-let motherfuckers. How you ever going to fight a system that's feeding you? You can't. Get a big square of burned out area here. Burned out, exact square of burning. It's almost like a parcel of land going to be being sold, perhaps. And an exact trapezoid of burning. This is what the man-made fires have done to you. And it's a type of geoengineering. That smoke is condensatable. How do you know a smoke screen is made of cloud? Water droplets. Remember that beam that went up there with them 3 big pulses? You still see the separation pattern here. 1, 2, 3. Yep. You still see it in the sky. Yeah, sure. Yeah, that's not that true. That's X-Smith, pulsing from the penis insula over here, and the next red right here is pulsing. I see you. I know what you do. And right now, this looks terrible. Look at this going over Tassie. And this was 7 o'clock this morning. Look at all this stuff. Well, they have to get crazy and lock me up and give me shock treatments before I'll ever stop talking about this stuff as fact. And if you want to believe this, you probably believe that vaccine isn't causing you to fucking clot, shot, and drop. Used to be we had to worry about stop, drop, and roll, or duck and cover if the bomb went off. And now there's a whole new kind of duck and cover. Yep. Or is it you didn't duck it and you ain't going to recover? Test yourself for AIDS. Come on. Is that a musical note? Is it a big dick with a small penis in it? Is it the monkey in the sky? Is the monkey's uncle busy over in Washington, toxifying streams, poisoning my skies, hiding the pedophiles that he's one of? Yep, I've had enough of that. I look over here at New Zealand and I know they're getting ready to carpet. It's a beautiful country and it don't deserve this. It just don't. And I looked at India and I looked at these other places and I see these totals. And I know they're caused by geoengineering. I know they were sprayed. I know they got cheese slated for some more disasters. I know they could start fires with lasers, and I know they own all the newspapers to tell you they didn't do nothing. And you did it. Somehow you did it to yourself. Yeah, sure. When everybody says stop hitting yourself, somebody's grabbing your arm and moving it into your face. Well, you know what? Move the fucking hand off that's making you hit yourself. Because as I look at this world and the geoengineering, and I seen the big beams, and I'm not going to go through, because I just needed it for my own. I see these big gaps of EMF that have been created, and I know the animals under here are being tortured with infrasonic undulations that are causing them sound in their bodies that are got to be uncomfortable. It's got to be throwing off navigation. And I got to say it, if chemtrails ain't real, then why the fuck am I seeing chemical catalysts in my sky advertised in the Paris Agreement, and then I see it done before my eyes? You know, a proposal can be an indecent proposal. And well, when a billionaire has a proposal, I guarantee he wants to be a trillionaire. And there's only one person who doesn't want to be a millionaire, and it's a billionaire. Big love, stay safe, peace. It sucks to show you guys that.